So if you're sending the nurse to the kitchen for butter, and she comes back, and then you send her to the kitchen for milk, and then she comes back and you say, oh, I'd really like some cranberry juice, doesn't really go over well. So the best thing to do is, if you need a few things, try to make a shopping list for the nurse, so the nurse makes one trip. Because after I've made the third trip, I'm probably not going to be quite as happy about the next shopping trip. So I guess I'd like to remind you to take a break. Go home. You like quiet time. Your loved one who's sick likes some quiet time. They really do want you to go home for a while. They may say that they want you to stay all the time, but maybe that's because you want to stay all the time and they don't want to send you away because you want to be there. But they need time. You need time. You need to go home, take a nap, go home, eat, sleep overnight in your own bed. You'll be rejuvenated and then you'll have more to give back. So it's important to make one family member the contact person, because it's hard for the patient when the phone rings continuously, people asking how they're doing, what's going on, what's happened, what's going to happen. And then each visitor also says the same thing. It's exhausting for the patient and it's emotionally tough. So it's nice for the patient if you have one contact person. And now with email, Twitter, texting, that can happen. And you know, the nurse doesn't like to tell the same story over and over and over again either. It's nice for the nurse to have one contact person. We can give the information and then it can be distributed. So that's how you get on the nurse's good side. And if you're not happy with the care you're getting, either the nurse is not attending to every need, or if you need something that you're not getting, you know, you can ask the nurse. If the nurse can't help you, you can ask the charge nurse. If the charge nurse can't help you, the nurse manager. And there's a nursing supervisor on that's managing the hospital. There are people out there to help you. So if you're not getting what you need, you can go up the chain of command. There are people to help you. So if you're the kind of person who likes drama, your family likes drama, trouble, just know that when you bring that into the hospital, we see it, and it does affect how we interact with you, how we interact with the patient. If we come into the room and you bite my head off, if I come into the room and you bite my head off, I don't want to come back. So realize that your actions do affect how we care for your loved one. Try to build a rapport with the nurse. She'll be your best friend, or he'll be your best friend. He's the one that can get your questions answered, and he will be your best advocate, and he will help you take care of your loved one. I guess I would like to remind family members to touch your loved one. They're sick, they don't feel well, they're in bed. Rub their hair, rub their head, rub their hands, put lotion on their hands. Do things to them that you might like, because patients like to be touched.